Hey, what's up guys? This is Astranox, Golem 11 with Roana and Ken. It's gonna be a two-man setup on auto, so let me show you her gear. I mean, you don't need crazy gear. Of course, it does require fire can for this particular group composition. You could be 3-manning, you could be 4-manning, you know, in early game. It's all good, right? Fire heroes, they are stronger in Golem 11. Gotta keep that in mind. She is Earth, but she does very well because the Golem keeps on counter-attacking, which will trigger her healing here. She is plus 15 skill ups. I'm doing a proper showcase of her. I use an unknown slate for a memory imprint here. I mean, it will affect fire can, but it's not much. It's mostly for testing her in PvP. I actually did a showcase in Arena, so check that out if you still haven't. She is very strong, so far. So I'm gonna be doing all the hunts in PVE, and then I will do some raiding. I'll have Guild War, more Arena, maybe some World Arena. I'll showcase all that. So let me show you her stats real quick. So her gear is nothing insane, to be honest. I was just like looking for gear that I had left over, and like we just basically received an item level 75 health set. So for PvE, you don't need immunity set. That's for PvP. So you could go with 6 health set pieces and you're gonna be all good. Like even if your rolls are not so good. This is her own artifact. It is good, but it's limited to activation of 1 time per turn, right? So it's definitely very powerful. It does, I believe it does stack, but I prefer to use this artifact with like another Soul Weaver that has Shimaja staff instead. That is if you're gonna be like making a full party that's for all sorts of PvE content. Okay, Fire Can, he is he's plus 15. I mean, that's my boy right here. This is my 3rd account on the Europe server. I started this account with Fire Can, Fire Kates, and Carmen Rose. Carmen Rose, a 3-star hero, and I was just farming Golem 11 at the start, but I do not recommend that you farm Golem for too long, guys. Golem is Daydream Joker here. Golem is basically good in early game, and you can do runs here and there, right? But I wouldn't spend most of my time there. That would be mostly Wyvern 11, maybe some Banshee. Roana might be changing things up though. Like she's countering the counter meta from what I'm seeing so far. So yeah, maybe counter set is actually losing value because of her, right? So yeah, keep that in mind. Wyvern 11 on the other hand, I mean that's a very good place to farm. There's gonna be the hunts stage 12 and 13, which are coming up soon. So that's gonna be all new strategies probably. I mean, stat required might be crazy. You might have to min-max your stats and all that. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. But for this Golem 11, it's about taking care of keeping his damage in check, taking him out as fast as possible, sort of, because the longer the battle drags on, the more damage the boss will do. And having attack break on your team is invaluable. You definitely want that because it cuts the attack in half. That's one thing. Then you've got Dispel. If you can dispel the attack buff off of the Golem, that's another win right there. So together, attack break plus Dispel will definitely turn things for the better for you, and it will considerably lower the amount of stats required on your whole team as a whole, right? So you can definitely do much more challenging encounters in the game when you do rely on debuffs and dispelling. Now, you definitely want fire heroes in here because, well, okay, let's look at the counter, the healing, right? Yeah, let's look at this. So there's one thing, right? The Touch of Rico's, the artifact, her artifact doesn't deal with those debuffs, those defense breaks. So you might want to roll, you might want to take care of those debuffs by using the wow, what, how did I forget the name of this artifact? How did I forget the name? The one that dispel the debuff. 100% chance when it's maxed out. The 4-star artifact. My god, I will remember soon. Okay. Look at that healing. It's nothing crazy, right? This might have been Touch of Rico's though. That healing was not high. Oh, here it is. 3,300. This must have been her passive right there. That was a counter attack. Because when the Golem attacks, he has a chance to apply Defense Break on your heroes. Daydream Joker is definitely an artifact that you want to wear on your damage dealer with high crit damage. Especially if you have Defense Break. It helps. It works together. So 1,600, that's Touch of Rico's. I mean, the thing is, Touch of Rico's is good because your whole team's taking damage in here, right? Yeah, 4k. I mean, that passive is definitely busted. With Shimaja's Chef, it's even more. And the more allies that get attacked, the more she will heal the whole team for that amount. So it's like punishing so hard counter mechanics. The more the more that get hit on your team, the more it will heal all of them and boost the combat units by 5% each. That is definitely busted. Definitely busted. The barrier on her skill 1 is nothing insane, but it does scale based on her max health, which is a massive plus because that's how you want to gear her. You want to go with as much health as possible. There's different ways to go about it, really. But, you know, early game, you could just slap 3 health sets and be done with it. So that's a run right here. She could potentially die. Fire Ken, if he's tanky enough, he has a better chance of survival here. Look at that. Like, that healing was just for both of them. Imagine there was, like, more heroes in here. Like, she would be healing for even more. So keep that in mind. I've seen her heal for 10,000. 10,000. And that was with Shimaja's staff, boosting the healing output, the green numbers by 30%. So, yeah, the more, like, it's basically, from what I'm seeing from my stats, it seems to be about 2,000 health worth of healing per ally hit by a counter attack, a dual attack. So that is huge. I mean, 2,000, and then like with 2 men like right here, that's a 4,000 heal for the whole team each. And then you have 3 men is like 6,000, and then like 4 men 8,000. That's crazy. That is so powerful. So powerful. I mean, these might not be the exact numbers, right? But it seems to be fairly close to like I don't know the exact multiplier, guys, so don't quote me on that. But that's what, from what I'm seeing so far, she's definitely performing very well in PvP, especially. But this is PvE, and she can definitely handle PvE, guys. She can definitely handle PvE. There's always some counter happening. Maybe there's like a, you know, counter, dual attack. All this stuff will allow her to trigger her passive, and it might not be the boss. It might be like one of the ad that is paired with the boss that is doing that counter, triggering a dual attack or something like that, and that's huge. It gives healing for the whole team. Okay. So the counter attacks, they do happen quite often. Like I said here, you definitely want to bring fire heroes, but you can bring her. Like, if your heroes are tanky, right? They are especially like supports, like a Soul Weaver, let's say. Then you can roll with off element. But I mean, I wouldn't bring ice. That's like, that's asking for it, right? In early game, maybe in mid game even. Yeah, that's asking for it. Maybe late game, you're trying to show off or something. That's it. So yeah, and if the enemy is ice, it will stun them for 1 turn. So there you go. Unless you're rolling 160% effect resistance, then yeah, you can resist all that stuff in PvE. Because fire deals 30% more damage, and non-fire, yeah, non-fire is taking 30% more damage. So yeah. Increase attack after attacking. The effect can be stacked. That's why you have to down him ASAP. The longer the battle drags on, the higher your chance of actually losing, because it starts to be too much. he applies defense break, you don't deal with defense break, and then yeah, it starts to be too much with like a counter attack mixed in. He applies the defense break, counter attacks comes in, it's just too much. But with yeah, with Roana, it's definitely much simpler. She's able to stabilize the team quite easily. It depends on the stats of your team. You need to have a decent amount of defense, but if you attack broken, you lose 70% of your defense, by the way, guys. So the aftershock, he applies defense break, and then there's the aftershock that gets influenced by the defense break. Your defense is reduced by 70%, and then think about a counter attack following up and before your Soul Weaver heals the team. That definitely hurts real hard, real hard. And the random stunning, it could be your Soul Weaver. That's why it's definitely rough, definitely a rough place. Things can definitely go wrong. Wyvern is actually easier to farm than Golem 11. Like I said, Wyvern is definitely where you want to spend your time in the most. Speed set is too valuable, too much value out of it compared to health set, defense set, and attack set. The value on those sets is lower. But sometimes you want to squeeze that extra bit of health or defense, or you want pure attack, right? So she definitely is doing fine in here. I mean, the more allies, the more the healing. So keep that in mind. This is only a two-man setup because my gear level, of course, is not early game or mid game. But you can definitely replicate this. I mean, if you have these type of gear, if you have fire can, if you have the skill ups invested, but you can drop to a 3-man or a 4-man. And I mean, the more players, the easier it will be, assuming you survive the burst damage, right? If you can take care of the defense break, my god. The Wondrous Potion Vial. Wondrous Potion Vial is the artifact. How did I not remember that? This is definitely a great artifact, but if she's slow, she's not going to be dispelling that much. If you don't have this thing limit broken too much, then you will not have the 100%, so there's that, right? But another thing, you could be rolling with Prophetic Candlestick, the 3-star artifact. I'm not going to show you guys. I'm going to stick in this page here. You could definitely roll with Celestine. That is more healing for you, and it targets the lowest health ally. It's more healing, right? It's more healing, and she doesn't use... She only uses 2 skills, right? Because the skill 2 is a passive. So basically, she's going to be using her basic skill more often, which is skill 1. That's very good. Shimaja's staff, I would say, unless you're rolling with Sigurd's side on, let's say, a fire can. This isn't this particular setup. This boosts green numbers. If your second hero that is not Roana doesn't do any sustain from lifesteal, Sigurd's side, or maybe a built-in like lifesteal, let's say like a Carmen Rose, she's part of the team, maybe you're like 3-manning, something like that, then I wouldn't consider Shimaja's staff, but it still will boost her passive, which is triggering so often. I would say Shimaja's staff is still a very powerful contender for Golem 11. Idol's Shear, nah, boosting combat units. This thing here, Dispel 1 debuff from an ally when attacked is definitely a strong one, right? But she's not going to be that slow. She's not going to be that slow. You're going to be rolling with, in my case, like Fire Can is not that fast, right? So it would be better to just roll with Wondrous Potion Vial. That is reliable, 100%, and it's only a 4-star artifact. So there you go. There you go. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Press the bell icon to be notified whenever I release a new video. And check out my other videos. They should be showing up on the screen now. I got playlists of all sorts. PvE and PvP content. Arena, Guild Wars, guys, and how-tos and Abyss 462+. So check those out if you haven't. And also join my Discord server. The link is in the description. It's free, guys, if you want to get help or help the community. Stay tuned, guys. I will be doing Banshee 11s next. And then it's going to be Asmanic Hunt 11. After that, it's going to be Wyvern 11 with her. And then, yeah, tomorrow I'll be doing, after those videos, yeah, I'm going to be grinding them out one by one, because I know you guys want to see all these videos, and I want to really like properly showcase her in all type of content. And finally I have a good connection. I was stuck on a 4G connection. My god, it was slow. My god, it was slow, but back to a fast connection. Feels good. Feels so good. Okay, I'm gonna be testing her in raid as well. And I mean, Trials, World Arena, Guild Wars. Yeah, just stay tuned, guys. That's really it for this one. Stay safe, guys. COVID-19 is no joke. Stay home as much as possible. Peace out for now.